Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to 13 Market Moves. In this video, we're going to talk about something that I don't believe anybody else is talking about, this phenomena. It's called son of a bitch in the markets, okay? S-O-N. S stands for the September job report, O for the October job report, and N for November job report, okay? To make it quick, I mean, we are in a situation where the market is showing us hundreds of divergences. We're talking about the charts. We're talking about economic setup. We're talking about history. We're talking about everything that we track here at 13 Market Moves, the behavioral patterns. Okay, they lead to a phenomenal crash right in front of us. Okay, now in this particular moment, I wanted to break down some figures because sometimes I record this in a podcast and sometimes we go through the numbers rather quick and I don't think it hits the spot. So the phenomenon of the son of a bitch in the markets, okay, is the biggest bear divergence that you can possibly think of. I mean, they're literally getting away with lying to you every job report. Now, that's nothing new, but I want you to really just focus on what I'm talking about here. So September, we're reporting 156,000 jobs, expecting numbers like 140. Okay, great. Now, what happens yesterday, I'm recording this on November 2nd, November 1st, yesterday, they've revised that number lower by 80,000 less. So 80,000 jobs less. Now, when they reported the number, if you were trading with me that day, right, we called the bullshit. We said, look, there's no way the job's at 156,000. The probability is they're probably minus 200,000, but they're getting away with reporting 156K. It doesn't matter how you look at it, how you slice it. The point is what happens the day of the job report in September. Well, the numbers look so good. Oh my God, they beat on the job number. Shit. What happens? The market goes up. So the reality is the numbers were actually less by more than half. 80,000. 80,000 less. So the real number is like 76. Okay. That was the revision for September that we gotten yesterday. October. Now, you know, like when you get revisions like this, now if I sidetrack for just a little bit, until September, there was a point, there was a moment in August where the revisions were due for the whole year, and they basically come with a number that was 900,000. Okay, 900,000 jobs were overstated between January and August. 900,000. Okay. And you would be shocked when this revision number came in. Like, imagine, like, how ridiculous can this be? How good is a method of measuring something, but when you're off by a million, which means they've been wrong on reporting this number every month for the entire 2024. And yet, what goes on when they report that number? Well, hey, that number looks pretty good, right? It looks pretty good on that day, and the market goes higher, while the reality, just today, I mean, yesterday on November 1st, okay, on the 1st of November, we're finally getting the reality of what actually is the number. And I don't even think that is the actual number. I mean, this is just total bullshit. But only now, 2 months later, we're getting a revision. And what do you think would have happened? Okay, Federal Reserve, ahead of that job report, they cut the rates by half a point. Okay, what do you think would have happened to the fucking market if we didn't get the 156,000 number? What do you think would have happened to the market if we got the actual number, which I still don't believe that's the actual? Subtract like another 200,000-300,000 jobs from that, you would get a negative number. I would argue that you would get a negative number. But let's say that if they reported 76,000, so expectations call for 140, if they reported 76,000, do you think the market would have gone up? Now, I think the way people would have interpreted this is like, hold on, the Federal Reserve is seeing weakness in the market, okay? They're cutting half a point because there is a problem, okay? So there's no way we would have gotten this in the market, right? And then this is where we get beyond the point of anything fucking ridiculous. October comes, 254,000 jobs being reported. Okay, now that's being revised down to like 231, so like let's say less by 23,000 jobs, something like this. Again, these numbers could be up like a couple, I mean, they're not down to a decimal point here, but roughly 23,000 jobs revision right here. So you take this 80,000 plus 23,000, you add the number that so far, okay, they have always stated job numbers every month throughout the entire 2024. Now you're getting over. The understatement is by over 1 million fucking jobs. Okay? How can this be? I mean, the federal budget is going to the fucking moon, blowing taxpayers' money, okay? And they still can't fucking, I mean, I understand if they came in winning a few thousand jobs here and there, but like when you are off by 1 million, they have overstated their number of jobs that they created. Now, no surprise in which year. They've always been overstating the job numbers throughout the Biden presidency, okay? But specifically in 2024. And this is where it gets me, okay? This is how wild it is. If they can manipulate the numbers by 50, 60% on the job report in September, okay? Why do you think this number was only manipulated by 23,000? Well, here's the answer, okay? Here is the answer right here. They literally probably had to take away 200,000 from this number, or at least 150,000 to get November number positive. Can you fucking imagine if yesterday they would have reported a negative number? Okay? Like, you wouldn't have. As a matter of fact, I recorded a video on Wednesday talking about how Wednesday ADP report comes out and is really strong. I'm like, look, these reports are going to keep coming out strong until election. And after that, you're going to get the reality. This shit is going to collapse the fuck out. So what I'm saying is things have gotten so bad to where they could no longer manipulate the numbers. They literally had to squeeze everything out of here and everything out of here to just show a positive number. They had to struggle to come up with the positive number for November. I know some of you are going to say, but Leah, there was, hey, it's the strikes, it's the hurricanes. It's like, but yeah, goddamn economists should not have a problem, okay, coming up with a more realistic number. The expectations of 123 were already lower than expectations in any prior month for 2024. Why were the expectations lower? Because they knew, well, it's the hurricanes. It's the, it's all the bullshit that's been going on with the strikes, the hurricanes, and so on. So these were already lowered expectations, but the market doesn't even react. We're off by over 110,000 jobs, okay? And guess what? Guess what? You would think the market would actually come to a point of realization where, oh my God, well, shit. I mean, this is why Federal Reserve cut the rates by 0.5 point in August. But guess what we got? The market don't give a fuck, right? So it doesn't matter the revisions. They've always stated it by 1 million jobs. You add this number right here, it's like 1,000,001. But at the end of the year, the overstatements, I mean, if with them hiding the numbers, the overstatement is above 1 million, I would argue the real overstatement is probably 3, 4, 5 million jobs. 5 million jobs. Like, you take this number times 5 is probably what's really going on. And if we're taking this kind of numbers, then we're talking like COVID times. It just, this is beyond, like, when you get a number like this ahead of the election, you know there is a problem. If they have to fluff the numbers to the point they can't even, like, the number yesterday should have been like 200,000, so they could say, well, look, it's the Democrats, goddamn, and we could fluff the numbers. The economy is fucking strong. Look at this shit. They couldn't even do that ahead of an election. That's how bad the numbers really are. Okay? So there it is. I just wanted you guys to see it because sometimes I talk about it in the podcast and maybe these numbers, they don't hit the spot now. And I've actually written them down. Hopefully you can see this. I mean, this is the biggest bear bullshit divergence. Bear that calls the bullshit. I mean, the market is about to fall the fuck out. There's going to be a moment in time you're going to be looking at your screen, and the market, instead of doing this, it's going to be doing this. Right? And that time is very, very near. And I don't want you to just get this information and don't short this son of a bitch market. Okay? You should be making money on this son of a gun bear. You should be taking advantage of these bear divergences, because this could be one of the grandest market collapse. They've been feeding you lies for the last 3 years. The market's been positive on bullshit data. Okay, the market's been like, if we're getting like decent reports like this, all of a sudden, look, it's just, there's major issues. There's no way you should have gotten a number like this yesterday. Okay, but combine that, there's still people that are losing their fucking mind. I'm talking about 99% of Wall Street is bullish. You gotta love it. I mean, no shocking, like, to make money on Wall Street, you don't even need to do 2 + 2 anymore. I mean, you just, like, it's insane, but the point of reckoning is very near. So it just pisses me off when people go on CNBC and they talk about how great the economy is. Well, let me talk about how great the economy really is. So there's such a thing that measures manufacturing production, and normally it's called the ISM. Now, the regional ISMs like Chicago, Michigan ISM, like New York ISM, and so on, they've been in the bear market, which means like they've been trending lower every freaking month now for years. I'm talking about like last 3 years. And these numbers, they come in below 50 every freaking time. And we've gotten the Chicago PMI this time, like early in the week, it was like at 41. Yesterday we got another ISM number, PMI number, PMI, Production Manufacturing Index, PMI. I mean, all of these numbers are under 50, guys. They're under 50. They're like 44. The expectation was like 48. We're getting a 44. Now, also, you should know then when they're reporting these numbers like ISM, PMI, and so on, they also report the price. So the production overall, every barometer that we can keep track of, it's going down. The only thing though that's going up is the price. So basically, in simple English, United States is making less shit and it's making it at a higher price. Which, what is that called? What is that fucking called? It's called this cuss word, inflation. Okay, everybody on Wall Street is like, man, inflation is going down, inflation ain't fucking going down. It's going up. Inflation is going up. It is a myth. Just like you have a myth, okay, the son of a bitch myth right here for September, October, and November, okay, inflation is going up. I don't know why people want to talk about the 2.1% number, okay, the preferred fucking number, because it does measure all the pricing, I guess, and it's closer to the 2% that everybody wants to hear. The real core CPI is at 2.7. Okay, it's at 2.7. It's nowhere at 2. Okay, I mean, some of the bad historic numbers, like when the inflation was running like 3.5%. Guys, we're not fucking far off of that. We're just as close to the worst case scenario in the history. 3.5. I mean, there were moments in the 80s, inflation were running 9, 10, 12%, but like 3.5%. I mean, you gotta be fucking worried. You gotta be raising rate. You gotta be doing all kinds of crazy shit. We're just as close to 3.5 as we are to 2%. So I'm not sure who the fuck and why, okay, they can't put the glasses on and say, hold on, we're manufacturing less shit. We keep buying more shit from other countries, okay? Everything that we exclude from the inflation report, because if we did include that, real inflation is probably like at 8%. Real inflation possibly is at like 10. But they're reporting 2.7. Like, do you get the point? Like, if they can overinflate the numbers by 1 million jobs to make it look good during the election year, okay, you think they cannot twist the inflation number? Of course they can. Okay, the whole thing is this. Most of the people think that inflation is going down. The inflation in no shape or form could possibly be going down under the conditions of deglobalization. Just look at it this way. War equals inflation. How many wars do you have going on? Oh, it ain't just one. It ain't one. By this simple definition, okay? You don't have to study economics for goddamn 20 years. Like these fuckers that have to do reporting these numbers. They're wrong every fucking time. Like, you don't have to be, them to figure out that war equals inflation. I mean, if you study the history, war equals inflation. This is why, in most instances, in times of war, what's going up? Gold. Gold, the best hedge for fucking inflation. And now where people are wrong is they think, well, inflation, what do you buy? You buy Bitcoin. You buy Ethereum. No, fucking wrong. No, that's not, like, this historic is not prone to do shit. As a matter of fact, okay, if job numbers, okay, are off by 80,000, 23,000, 110,000, there's no way Bitcoin should be fucking going high right now, okay? And the reality is jobs are off by 3 times that, 5 times that. So what's the reality? You're going to see one of the biggest fucking drops in Bitcoin that you've ever seen. I mean, I'm not excluding the fact that Bitcoin in the next 6 months could be back to 16, 20,000. Now, I'm going to catch a lot of shit for that, but I'm saying it could be one of the greatest fucking trades, because if we study inflation, during instances of inflation, many people told you that Bitcoin was an inflation hedge, and they were fucking wrong. Okay, now we've never told you Bitcoin was an inflation hedge. It sounds good, okay, but it's not the reality. If you study the recent correlations in the market, Bitcoin does not do well when jobs are off and inflation is moving higher, okay? Those are not good conditions for Bitcoin. So there are good conditions for gold. So guys, there's so many things that you could be placing as a trade as a result of me explaining you this, because everything is correlated. With everything I just shown you, you should know how to trade USD, you should know how to trade gold, you should know how to trade oil, you should know how to place all of those trades. And I'm not talking about simple little bullshit trades where you make a few $1,000s a day. With what I have just shared you, I've just shared the biggest fucking bear divergence, okay, without charts. We haven't even gotten to the divergences on the charts. So if you don't understand how to use this information to trade USD to the terms of 20x, to trade oil to the magnitude of 50x, to trade gold to the magnitude of 50x, if you don't understand how to trade Bitcoin, okay, most of the people expecting Bitcoin to do what? It's going to be at 100,000. Historically, October, it goes high. Bitcoin didn't do shit in October. It went up 12%, damn it. Okay? If Bitcoin cannot break out to all-time highs in October, okay, under conditions when everyone thinks that Trump is going to win, when the fuck do you think it's going to break out? It ain't going to break out. So, and if it makes a potential overshoot, because clearly, I mean, I believe Trump is going to win, but I don't think the results, okay, we're going to know when we're supposed to know. I think it's going to stretch. It's going to be a ton of bullshit. So the markets don't like uncertainty. And you have these job reports and these bullshit economic reports. I mean, they've created enough uncertainty to where at some point, Wall Street is going to sober up. You're going to see Wall Street sober the fuck up like you've never seen. They're going to be dumping shit. But more crazily, okay, what's going to get this market, there's going to be Bond crash is on its way. Bonds are gonna fucking collapse. Okay, bonds are gonna collapse like you've never seen in your lifetime. Bonds are gonna go into the biggest bear market in the world, and when bonds are gonna collapse, and bonds are gonna collapse because China's gonna dump them, and Japan is gonna dump them, and France is gonna dump them because they got no other choice but to dump U.S. bonds for a variety of reasons, which we don't have time to discuss in this video. But when the big domino of dumping U.S. bonds begin, okay, you're gonna see a major major shifts in this market. We're about to enter the market like you've never seen it in your lifetime, guys. And so, as you can see, I don't have anything green here because there's nothing green. There's nothing bullish here, guys. Here, I'm trying to turn. There's nothing fucking bullish in this. Nothing. There's zero bullishness in this bear divergence. Okay? So, the greatest trades, guys, if you understand how to trade options on Bitcoin puts could make you 100x to 200x in the next 30 days. 100x, 200x. So if you don't know how to trade USD, oil, if you don't know how to trade gold, options. I'm talking about trading options, guys. Trading options on futures. If you don't have your account set up, you got to get it done. You got to get it done tonight. You got to go get this stuff done ASAP, okay? And you got to get in touch with us here at Third Market Moves. Because honestly, we're going to be busy trading. This is the kind of market conditions that you pray for as a trader, every morning and every night. This is why, for these kind of market conditions, you go to the Saturday service to pray about these market conditions. You go on Sunday morning, you go on Sunday afternoon, okay? And Wednesday night as well, okay? To get these kind of conditions, okay, as a short seller. Man, you've got to done some right to please God this year. I'm telling you, you're about to get paid like you've never seen. Now, of course, there's going to be some of you that are going to be very skeptical about this message. There's going to be, well, Leo, you predicted this big crash on October 24th and didn't fucking happen. Doesn't make me wrong. Like, most of the people don't understand. Like, you could be right about everything. You could be a little bit off on timing. Like, if you want a quick rewind of how to make big money in the market, go watch The Big Short. The guy called the biggest crash in a sector that nobody believed could crash, the housing market. He saw it before anybody else fucking saw it. How many times have we talked about stagflation? Okay, stagflation is when economy slows down. Like, we getting the shittier job numbers, we're getting lower GDP number. We're getting GDP was expected at GDP was supposed to be at over 3%. We're getting a 2.8 number. I mean, these lower numbers, they create a situation for a downtrend. 2.8% GDP. I mean, there are countries around the world, they got 5-6% GDP. Okay, like Russia. Okay, and they don't borrow fucking money. They're self-sufficient. Okay, Russia right now is at the point like United States being like in the late 1800s, early 1900s. They make all of their shit by themselves. Okay, they don't need fucking nobody. So, but United States now needs everybody, and everybody is going to be cashing out a United States bond. What do you think is going to happen to the S&P? S&P is going to get slashed 50 to 70%. You're going to come back to this video and say, goddamn Leo, how did you know about this on November 2nd? Man, why didn't I take the proper action? Well, maybe you didn't take the proper action because you didn't know what the fuck it takes to do 100x, 200x on Bitcoin or Ethereum. Ethereum can probably do 300x. You didn't know what to do with the correlation on USD and oil and gold. Okay, you didn't study the history. You don't know how to fuck 73, 74 goals. You don't know how to approach this, and you certainly probably going to jump in some of these trades at the worst possible moments where we here at Third Market Moves are going to be cashing the fuck out. So I don't want you to be jumping in the wrong moment. I want you to be ahead of the big move, and it's staring right at you. So S-O-N, take advantage of it or not. Okay? Son of a bitches got caught with their lies. Goddamn Democrats. All they want to do is create more government jobs. That, I didn't even say that, but like, they created the manufacturing. We're talking about the ISM, ASMI, and all this stuff. Like, manufacturing just lost just this last month 56,000 jobs. Okay, that's 56,000 jobs, but government added 50,000 fucking jobs. Okay, that don't create shit. They just make more people get more licenses, more people. They you know, well, you got to do this, you got to do this before you can even do anything, because you know, you can't go in business because you need this and you need that. And they create all them goddamn departments, and they push paperwork from here to here to here. They're absolutely fucking worthless. That's the only thing Democrats are good at, is to create worthless shit. So they create 50,000 jobs. Guess where these jobs are going to be a year from now? They're going to be gone. They're going to be fucking gone. Now these government jobs are going to be, because government is going bankrupt. United States is going fucking bankrupt. France is going bankrupt. Okay, there's so many countries that are considered to be advanced countries, right? The G10, G20. Look, the top countries that were well off financially for many years around the world, they're about to go down, okay? And they all have the same type of mess. They all invested in U.S. government bonds, and they all invested in the S&P, and they need fucking money badly because they're going fucking bankrupt. So what do you think is going to happen to the United States when they pull the money out? Guys, you're looking at a collapse in the financial markets because nothing has ever been levered at this motherfucking magnitude ever in the history. So, all right, you can call 13 Market Moves. You can get in touch with the coach. You can go make 100, 200x, 300x in the next 30 days. Or you don't have to do shit. You can just watch this shit unveil right in front of your face, and you don't have to do anything. The choice is yours. But hey, I got some videos. I want to show you some charts. So don't miss the next video, guys. I mean, this stuff is, as a trader who lives and breathes the markets. Okay, this timing, you cannot fuck up this timing, guys. You cannot fuck up this son of a bitch market top opportunity. Okay, where as someone who understands what's really going on, like, this is a dream of a short seller. The dream of a short seller. So, if you've never made 100, 200x, man, it's here. It is here, guys. Anyway, watch the next video about the charts. Call us. Go to 13marketmoves.com or 13mtv.com. Just don't fuck this up, guys. Don't miss this moment. I'll see you in the next video soon. Let's go.
First, distract target. Then block his blind jab. Counter with cross to left cheek. Discombobulate. Dazed, he'll attempt wild haymaker. Employ elbow block. And body shot. Block ferrule left. Weaken right jaw. Now fracture. Break cracked ribs. Traumatize solar plexus. Dislocate jaw entirely.